Hello, and welcome to the Greene Internet Family podcast.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
How long is this going
Let
on
it
for?
shine.
I don't know.
Until he gets tired.
Shine, let it shine.
Joel, I'd love to join in, but it would sound just disastrous on the other
Yeah,
end.
because we're recording over Discord currently. Isn't that cool?
Hello,
Yeah, it
everybody.
is.
I'm Joel, and that was me just singing right then. I'm sure you loved it.
I'm Charlie. Roll call.
Roll call?
Roll call. Say your
Yeah.
names.
We need like a drum line going. I think there's usually
No,
a
we
drum line
don't.
roll call.
There's not usually a drum line.
Hi,
It's
I'm
like,
Gabe.
Check it out. Go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm Andrew.
touch. Da da da. Yeah.
Was there a debrief? Was there a debrief earlier? Because I missed it.
No, there
this
wasn't.
was a last second
We're
thing.
playing it by ear.
Okay, cool. Would you like to know why I was late?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
we'd
were
like
you,
to know
why
why
were
you
you
were
like
late.
30 minutes late?
While we were waiting on you.
Okay, so I did my business as usual. You know, I did my job. I went to my job and I got paid and all that.
Andrew, our audience doesn't know what your job is, and that's really boring. You gotta
they
tell them.
shouldn't, and they shouldn't because it's not important to the story, other than the fact that it took a couple of hours. And I had school today, so you know that's kind of the thing that takes up a lot of time. But I went to my job, and after I was finished, I went to the bank, and then I went to get gas, and then this is the
Like
exciting
someone who
part.
doesn't use mobile deposits. Cringe.
No, I was putting in cash though, bro.
Mobile deposits.
You want me to stick the money in the phone?
Trade with an old person. They love paper money.
Okay. Anyway, I got the important and exciting part of the story is that I got I went to a specific little restaurant and got me a special little drink. If you can go ahead and guess what it is.
Is it a knee-high?
Kombucha.
Baja Blast.
Okay, Charlie was the closest. I went to
Is it
Bojangles.
Southern Shock? It's Southern Shock.
I went to Bojangles and I got me some Southern Shock, and I gotta tell you,
how is it?
This stuff's pretty good.
What would you rank it among other Mountain Dew flavors?
Oh, this is definitely like a 9 out of 10.
Well, how does it stack up against other Mountain Dews?
Oh, my favorite Mountain Dew. I'm not a big fan of Baja, just because every time I have it, it feels like it's watered down, like Taco Bell is skimping me out of my Baja Blast.
They sucked all the syrup out of it. Every time they see that you come in, Andrew, they take in the back and they got one guy who sucks like most of the syrup out of your drink and then they give it to you.
Oh, that explains it.
Either that or they dump like a ton of ice cubes in and just like stick it in the microwave for a second.
I'd say that Southern Shock probably. It's hard. I don't think it's number one. I mean, honestly, maybe I prefer it over the OG, but I feel like original Mountain Dew is always at the top.
I don't know.
Then
original Mountain Dew, it's not bad, but it's very similar to ginger ale, and I don't like ginger ale. So every time I have Mountain Dew, it's like reminiscent of drinking ginger ale, and I don't enjoy ginger ale at all.
Okay,
so,
well,
I like Code Red a lot.
I'd say number one is the OG. Number two is Southern Shock. Number three is Code Red. Number four is what's the purple one called? I know it has a specific name, but I don't remember what it's called.
Is there a purple one?
I've had a purple one before.
Called
that one was really
Power.
good.
Purple Power.
Sure, Purple Power, and then
name.
Baja Blast, and that's all I've had. There's probably more, right?
There's an orange one that's pretty good.
Wait,
and then there's the pitch black one.
The Baja Blast is Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. I didn't even know Mountain Dew had like other flavors besides green Mountain Dew and blue Mountain Dew.
There's a blue is Baja Blast, isn't it?
No, there's another one that isn't Baja Blast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's Walter White's legendary Crystal Blue.
Crystal Blue Persuasion.
It's got that one picture of Walter White looking really distressed on every bottle.
Yeah. I now understand Breaking Bad reference, except that one, because I assume it's from the finale.
Wait, Charlie,
probably not.
It's from the third to last episode.
That's right, it is. Is it?
Are you watching?
Yeah,
it?
Ozymandias is the third to last episode.
Oh, me too.
I just started watching it. Well, not
Ozymandias is the best episode of the series, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I like The Fly.
Yeah, you can joke.
I just watched The Fly.
No, I'm not. It's not a joke. I enjoy
Charlie,
that
you're
episode.
going fast if you just watch The Fly.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
I didn't just start. I started a few weeks ago, but I just restarted it. I watched about 2 seasons, and then I took a pretty long break of not watching it, and then I started again. But I'm at the beginning of season 4 now.
So you're not that far from the end.
Yeah. I watch it pretty quickly too. Once I get in the Breaking Bad mindset, I can watch a few episodes a day.
It's a really good show.
Yeah. I didn't think they were going to be able to, because I'm a fan of shorter shows, and the only ever long show that I've been able to stick with has been has been BoJack Horseman, and I thought it was just going to be 6 seasons of this dude being like, Jesse, we have to sell the meth, but it's held my attention.
What about Adventure Time? Adventure Time's 10 seasons.
Oh, that's true.
I still have yet to watch that, but I can anytime because
it's
on Hulu, right?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. I've watched the first season, but I haven't gotten past it.
Maybe I can probably get through Adventure Time way easier because in the early seasons you don't really have to pay attention to it that much. It only
filler.
Yeah, well, not necessarily filler, but the story stuff is doled out throughout the entire first 3 seasons. I don't even know.
Yeah, the only story episode in season 1 is the Enchiridion episode.
Yeah, and then season 2,
one of the last.
I'm pretty sure is only the Lich episode. And those are the only 2 seasons where I know that those are the episodes in it.
I remember certain episodes of Adventure Time, but I didn't watch it to watch it. I just watched it when it was on. So I'll remember some episodes, but there's a lot of it that I don't remember at all.
Remember Jake the Brick, which is the best episode?
I remember the one where he stretches out way too far and then almost dies.
Yeah, and then they go Jake, 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 and then he breaks in half.
I remember there was a joke in that episode where the hot dog, one of the hot dog guys is the
glizzy.
One of the glizzy gladiators is he's making his wish at the very end of the maze, and he goes, "I wish to blow up. I mean, get big," and then he explodes.
Yeah, I remember.
And I thought that was the funniest thing in the world as a child. It was beyond hilarious.
Guys,
I think that's hilarious.
iOS 14 comes out today.
Oh yeah, today is the release date of iOS 13.7, which it's not funny because in 1 hour that's not going to be the funny joke, and it's also not funny because I said I was going to say the joke.
Either that or Steve Jobs pranked us, and iOS 14 isn't coming out today.
He comes out of the grave to tell us that he lied.
He pranked us.
So
people in India, I was looking at the Twitter hashtag for it, so it was what are people saying about this? And literally it's all the same exact joke of it being late. And apparently in India they did get pranked because it's coming out tomorrow.
That's funny.
Wait, so I don't keep up with Apple News. Can someone run down the Apple
widgets
updates for me?
They add widgets
a lot,
and it's basically entirely home screen customization.
Yeah, but also there's some stuff like Siri. Instead of taking over your whole screen, it's a drop down box like a notification would be normally. And for group chats, you can change the picture. So if you have a group chat, normally it's just it shows you all the people who are in it, but you can assign one picture for the group chat like you could in Instagram or something.
Oh,
but yeah, I guess you can't.
What's our picture going to be? What's our picture going to be? We have to decide right now.
It's got to be relevant to our name, doesn't it?
White. Funny.
But can we put Taze on Day as our picture?
Oh, because chocolate rain.
It's chocolate rain.
Yeah, it's chocolate rain.
Sure.
How's Taze on Day doing these days?
I think he's doing pretty good.
He sang Chocolate Rain again a couple months ago.
Because it's relevant again?
Was it ever not relevant?
No, but I mean, now it's becoming more relevant.
I suppose.
Last time I heard was just he was a music artist now.
Yeah, he has music. I haven't listened to it. I don't know if it's any good.
He released a song called Cherry Chocolate Rain, and it's not as good.
Oh.
I know that much.
Matt Watson dropped merch for Ouch.
Okay, I saw that.
I was debating
exciting.
getting the one with the Nokia phone on it.
I really want the socks because
How
I
much
don't have
is
enough
it?
cool. The socks are like $15, but I think all the
No,
shirts are like
the shirt.
25.
That's not terrible because
It's not.
like Max Mofo released merch recently, and I was like, "That's a really cool shirt. I'm gonna get that." And it's like $50 plus like $50 in total. That's plus
50,
shipping
50
and stuff.
blocks, dude.
50
whole
blocks.
Whole block.
And it was I'm like, look, Max, I want to support you, but that's like really a lot for a T-shirt.
Oh yeah, all of his shirts are 25.
If I really, really enjoyed a T-shirt, I think the max I'd pay for it is like 40.
Yeah, that's
But
the number.
that's still a stretch. Like my
Well-
favorite shirt right now is one that's got like Smokey Bear on it. I would pay $30 for that shirt.
You know
I
what?
like I think I'm gonna get those socks just because they're pretty cheap. Like there's $15. I know that's kind of expensive, but it's like not that bad. And I don't know, I don't have enough exciting socks. All my socks are just like black or white.
Is it
So I
just
need
a
something
pair, or
It's
is
just
it like two
it's
pairs?
just a pair, but it's like neon. It's like the neon green on the cover with the logo
with
on it.
the pink ouch thing on it.
Yeah.
The Chad thing.
Youch.
Yeah, it doesn't have him on it though. I just none of it does though.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the merch. I just didn't look at the prices or what they were
Wait,
packaged like.
is the name and album cover supposed to be a reference to the original Chad meme?
Yeah, because this shirt says "ouch."
Was it what's
learning
it a
new
reference to?
Remember the Chad meme with the dude with the mohawk, and it was like the Chad versus the Virgin.
Yeah.
The
Fuck.
Chad's shirt is pink, and it says "ouch" on it,
Oh,
and it says "ouch." It's like the same font and everything.
I didn't know that.
Is
Mario
Ouch the name of
Remastered.
the EP?
Yes. Have you not listened to it yet?
No, I've been meaning to.
It's really good.
Should we
Oh,
have
like,
that
come
as our
over.
theme song?
I like Jello.
He does say, I saw on
He
Twitter,
did say
said
we
if you
could
want to
use it.
use it for anything.
Yeah,
Right.
it's on Bandcamp. I checked.
I like Jello. That's a good one for an intro. I feel like because it's just
Well-
like it's just a beat.
Yeah, that's the first one, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
the one.
It's just
The-
lo-fi.
The
That
intro
one or
and
Sleep
outro
Tight are
both
pretty good.
really good.
Sleep tight. Yeah.
I guess
I think
people
my
who are
favorite-
listening. I was
I
just
think
gonna
my
say, guess
you go.
Alright. That's the only bad thing about Discord is that there's a delay, so we can start
Yeah.
talking at the same time.
I can edit one person's voice out. So
Nah.
if we're speaking over each other, and then one person like comes out on top, I'll just edit the other person's voice out.
You don't.
Andrew-
Actually, no, I probably
Andrew,
won't
say
do
what
that.
you're
It's
gonna
funny.
say so that I can get onto mine.
People who are listening to this now already know what song we chose. So
Yeah,
this is a redundant.
true.
Wow.
This is a stupid conversation.
But it's fine. I was gonna say that my favorite off the EP is "Come Over." I think I like the beginning.
That's like the best song one, but the one that's not the best. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. That's the one I enjoy the most, but it's not the one that I've probably listened to.
Yeah, I think the beginning of it reminds me of like a classic Animal Crossing song, and I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I listened to it and I'm like that sounds like something that'd be in like the GameCube Animal Crossing.
Perhaps that's the point.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I thought about that. It might be the point, but
Matt Watson is a fan. of
he is a
animals.
furry.
Yeah, that too. Aren't we all?
I don't
Yeah,
know
You're
about
telling
that
me,
one.
brother.
If we're all animals, then that
This is
means
true.
that we're at least some portion part furry. It just varies from person to person. It's about
That's
getting
a-
into the mentality.
That's a valid argument, Joe.
That's a weird way to look at it.
Getting into the mentality.
Let's go around the group and name what furry mentality we're in. And
Mentality.
if we
What do you mean? You
I don't
mean
even
like
know
a
the
persona?
answer to that.
If
Yeah,
we were-
explain.
What's the furry mentality?
The furry mentality is the combination of your portion of furriness and your
Let's go around the group and
preferred-
list
your
our
preferred
personas.
personification.
What
Yes.
is? You just want to ask what our persona or
Yeah, he
persona
just
is?
wants to ask what personas we are.
Like you could have just said that.
It's not only your
Andrew,
No,
that's
it's only
some-
that.
how
There's
deeply
nothing
you're
more
connected.
about being a furry than personas. I'm pretty
It's because
sure.
we can come up with persona after persona, but if our furry
If we come up
mentality
with
is low,
persona after
we're not gonna
persona,
have
it's
deep
not going to be
connection.
personal.
You
It's
guys
just
have
going
a
to be
lot
our
of
There'll be no connection.
you guys have a lot of insight about furry culture, and I hope
because I'm
you
a furry.
realize
I
that.
already said that.
All right, who's the closeted furry? Explain.
It's either
Explain
Joel or
yourself.
Charlie.
Oh, I'm in the closet right now.
Okay, I'm gonna list my personas first. If you guys don't list
Multiple?
after me, this is
You
gonna
can
be
only
it.
have one.
No, oh no! I'm gonna list my persona first.
Wait,
If
wait,
you
wait.
guys-
Hold on, Charlie. You could do this. I know you're speaking, but this should be the bottom line. List your persona and also your character, your furry character that's your favorite.
Oh no!
As in, like, they're not your personal persona, but they are a persona that you enjoy or character of such.
Okay, persona.
We're
For
really
me,
having this. Okay.
Wait,
I'm
Charlie.
gonna-
Charlie,
yeah.
before you begin, you said you couldn't pick. Might I suggest that your persona
Yeah, I said I could pick.
have
I've got
split
one picked out
personality
right
disorder,
now.
and your persona has split personality, and you can make as many as you want.
Doesn't
Except
make
they'll have to
sense.
be tied to one.
Charlie's
doesn't make
furry's day
sense.
be so fine, then boom, mental illness.
My day be so fine, then boom, furry.
All
Anyway,
right, who's going
my
first?
furry,
Are we
my
doing
persona
okay?
would be either a deer or a sheep.
Good choice.
I like the antlers of the deer. I like the horns of the sheep. Maybe
What
leaning
color?
a bit more towards sheep because of fluffiness, but probably more deer.
What color
Just
sheep?
natural colors, like.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
That's kinda
more
lame.
than one natural color.
But I'd have like a pattern or something. I don't have. Hold up. Let me check my my.
Let me
character.
draw it out for you guys.
Yeah. Let me
On
check
this
my
on this audio podcast.
And my favorite, I guess my favorite Animal Crossing villager that I have right now is Coco.
Coco
I'm
is
gonna say
the,
that for my. She's
which
the,
one's
like the
Coco?
doll.
The bunny with that looks like a Lloyd.
Yeah, the clay doll.
Probably would know if I saw.
Who's going next?
I'll go last.
Okay.
Joel's
I can
got
go
one for the
next.
book.
Right, Andrew.
All right, so my persona would probably be some kind of bird. Maybe like maybe some kind of parrot. And then the character probably Crystal from Star Fox.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Dude, I have no clue. I don't know how to determine what animal would represent me if I was an animal.
Yeah, you do.
This has to be like your favorite
animal
animal or something.
My last.
Just my favorite animal. I could just say my favorite animal.
Yeah.
That's a viable option because I don't. Is a blobfish a viable answer?
That's a terrible answer, but
No, it's
that's
not a good answer.
If that's my answer,
Someone's being
I
a
didn't
funny
say.
guy.
Listen, if that's
Someone's
my
not
answer, it's
taking
my
this
answer.
activity
Look,
seriously.
dude, I know you have a persona. You don't have to be ashamed. You can just
I
tell me
don't-
what it
I
is instead of
really-
acting like you don't know.
I literally have never thought about what my persona is going to be, and I don't feel ashamed that I never thought about it.
Well, some of us take a little bit more pride in our spirituality, Gabe.
All
Is
right,
that
can you
segue?
give
I'm
us?
sorry.
You get to
Pride
give us
like
two
lion,
characters then.
Gabe's is a
Two
lion.
characters. Okay. Well, Charlie did an Animal Crossing villager, so I don't know if I want to do that.
Well, you can do it.
Okay.
I don't own the rights to Animal Crossing.
No, that's right.
Wait a minute. Is Coco Bandicoot considered a furry? Because I might change
Yes.
my answer.
Coco
All right,
Bandicoot is a furry.
I think
Wow.
Coco Bandicoot's my answer instead of Crystal.
Okay. I don't know. Let's go with Animal Crossing for one of them because I really like Kabuki. He's the cat he's grumpy, I think.
That's a nice
He's
one.
cool. I have him in New Leaf. Okay, I have to give another one. Whatever the wolf's name is in BNA because I don't remember his name.
It starts with an O.
Have you
Owen.
seen BNA? Who out here has seen BNA?
I've seen like the
I
first two
have.
episodes,
I've been
and
meaning to.
I saw the first two episodes, and he's in one of them. So I was like, oh, he's cool. But
That
I
wolf is
will not
pretty
be able to. I won't be able to finish it because my Netflix is going bye.
Just binge
Oh.
watch it right now.
I'd rather not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Joel's turn.
Okay, so I know exactly what my persona is. It's a black bear, and
Whoa.
Oh no.
the reason is that the black bear lives a solitary life. He can be by
Oh
himself.
God, I forgot about this.
He thinks as much as he wants with no one to tell him what to think or to how. I'm so furry and fuzzy, you could love up on me if I wasn't so ferocious and strong. But my favorite thing is to eat blackberries.
Yeah, there it is.
What is this? Am I the only one that doesn't get this?
Blackberries.
I'll
No,
stand
just let him
by the
explain how
blackberry
much he
bush,
loves blackberries.
and
Okay.
I'll just have them in my hands and I'll shovel them into my mouth. It's not even that the flavor's so good or that the texture's so good. I mean, they're good, but they're just blackberries, and you just want to keep putting them in your mouth and more and more. And the way they squish together and the little hard seeds, you can crunch on them with your molars, and they get stuck in your teeth, and you get to play with them all day. And I just keep paw after paw of blackberries. I love them so much. And that's
That
what
kind of-
you realize.
Jasper
I love
Sod.
blackberries.
All right,
that kind
who's your
of
character?
that kind of gave off the same energy as the They're Just Socks video.
Guys, they're just soft.
Joel, who's your character?
Judy Hopps from Zootopia.
Good
That's the
choice.
one.
That's in character. Thank you.
That is a
Both
good
of your
choice.
answers were perfect.
Yeah, they were. Oh man.
Do we need to explain to the podcast why Judy Hopps was the answer?
No,
or-
we don't.
Do you want to? That's
Oh,
that's not a question
no.
for us, Joel. That's a question for you.
No.
Would it be good content?
I don't
No.
know.
Is it worth putting yourself, like exposing yourself like that?
We've already baited the audience enough. Might as
Okay.
well.
No,
come
there's
my
a difference between furry. But there's a difference between making up animals that you relate to and talking about how much you
mouth. I'm just saying.
you
that
know
one time, little kid. I'm talking little kid. Me saw Zootopia and was like, "Hey, that rabbit doesn't look so bad."
We'll
And
just
that
leave
was
it at that.
That
Let's
was
just leave
all.
it at that.
yeah, okay, cool.
You guys
Mario
excited for?
Remastered.
That's what I was gonna
Talk
say.
about
I was just
those.
about to say
Yeah.
that.
Wait, hold
This
on.
Friday.
Does it come out this Friday?
It does come out
Hold
this
on,
Friday. I don't
guys,
mean
let
to
me
put.
crack my everyone be quiet. Let me crack my fingers real quick.
Wait, me too.
Go on.
All right, that's it.
I cracked my fingers earlier. I can't do it anymore.
I did
I'm
too.
sorry.
That was me closing my water bottle.
What if we
Okay,
just get that for our only audience?
Joel, what were you saying? Not Joel, Andrew.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't mean to throw Joel under the bus, but you say little kid. Zootopia came out in like what 2015. That was
I thought you were about to say 20 years ago.
Listen, that's a long time for the frontal cortex to develop.
That is, unless you don't have that part of your brain anymore.
like
I'm
from the
20th
bite.
gauge for the day.
Yeah, like the bite, dude. I was gonna make that joke and realize you said frontal cortex, and I don't know if it's the same thing.
The
I
bite
don't
of
think it is.
87.
Yeah, that's the one.
So
Charlie-
3D All Stars, huh?
How
Anyway,
about
all-
that?
Yeah, that's
How
what
about
I'm
that
super-
Mario.
I'm super excited because I've never played Sunshine, so it's gonna be cool to play Sunshine.
Have you guys seen the things that Nintendo has done though? Like being really lazy.
Yeah,
No.
that's what. Like
That's a
part
shame.
of me, part of
That's
me,
classic Nintendo, though.
well, most of me, I should say,
He's got a
doesn't
point.
care about like oh they cut corners here. It's like who they're remasters. Who the games are already out. Who
They're
cares?
not.
But also, it's just the thought of like it could have been like a perfect game, but it's just not now.
Wait,
which
what-
is complaining because something isn't perfect isn't like a smart thing to do. But Come
What corners did they cut?
They did a lot of things where they like changed sound effects and they
So
got
long,
rid of
Gabe
certain
Bowser.
The
things.
long game back. Oh, okay.
They got rid of certain things to fit
Like
the
backwards
Switch.
long jump.
Well, I'm talking specifically about Sunshine is what people are most upset about because like they did things where there's voice acting in Sunshine and whatnot, and they did things where I remember I saw a clip on the tutorial with the flood where they cut audio and made it sound really janky instead of just re-recording the voice lines to fit the Switch because it was like there wasn't anything about the R button because that's not the button you use on the Switch, and they stopped the thing where you can half press. They like got rid of the part where you can half press the trigger key because you can't do that on the Switch. And then they did I saw another thing where they just replaced like a normal sound effect with like a sensor beep, and it sounded
Yeah,
really out of place.
That was the weirdest one. The thing with the voice acting is that if they just directly ported exactly what he said, but then had like a prompt directly for or specifically for the Switch, that was like, hey, that's not true. Like, that would have been fine. I would have been completely okay with that, and I probably would have liked it better. But it's just that because they changed it, it's like, well, why don't you go all the way and just record a new line if you're gonna just edit it?
I'm kind of just excited to play the
Yeah,
games. Like I can't really have
overall.
I can't really have complaints about Sunshine because I know nothing about it. I don't know like what it's supposed to be like, so I'm not gonna have really complaints about that. And then 64 and Galaxy, I'm just excited to play because they're fun games.
It'll be the
And
first time I've seen or played Sunshine and Galaxy 1.
I
You
played
haven't even
Galaxy.
played Galaxy 1?
I've never beaten Galaxy, but I played it.
I
played it pretty far.
I've 100%ed Galaxy and 64, and I am prepared to do it again because they're both very fun.
I've played about 1 hour of 64 and 1 hour of Galaxy 1 because I only had Galaxy 2. So like
Me
at
too.
a friend's house, I would play the others. And I can't even remember where I played 64.
Hasn't it been like over a year since like an official like just a straight up Nintendo Direct, not counting like the Mario one or like Nintendo Direct minis?
Yeah, it was last September.
That sucks.
Well, there's a mini tomorrow, but I think it's another partner showcase.
It is a partner showcase.
Silk Song news. I'm not expecting Silk Song news at all. Team Cherry only does news on their blog or whatever it is.
Maybe they'll. I don't know what they're gonna say. I'm excited that work on Chapter 2 for Deltarune's coming along pretty far.
Oh, I was just about to mention the Undertale concert because I
the concert. I
didn't know it was a thing.
I knew it was.
I just didn't have the entire thing, but then I forgot about it until around 11. So I listened to. It was from the end of Death by Glamour to the actual like the titular Undertale song, and I was like, I missed the two things I really wanted. The three things I really wanted to hear was Asgore, Megalovania, and Hopes and Dreams. But I listened to Asgore and I was like, I can watch it later. But apparently, Hopes and Dreams, I haven't heard it yet, but apparently it was like an amazing cover.
Well,
quote.
The concert itself is like an hour and 40 minutes or something.
Yeah,
which is why I didn't get to watch it.
Closer to 2 hours.
Well, I know the actual stream was 3 hours long, but it wasn't all music.
I'm pretty sure there was an hour of like the pre like intro thing where all the characters
with like the characters and whatnot.
Yeah, and
because I remember
2 hours of music.
I saw a thing where Papyrus was there 40 minutes early and he talked about it.
Yeah,
he was like. He was just saying, he's like, oh, I'm early and 40 minutes at that or something like that.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about like our experience with Undertale?
What experience?
Well, like
I'll talk about my experience with Undertale. Originally, I was like, Undertale is an amazing game, and then I was like, but people on the internet think it's cringe, so I stopped liking Undertale, and then. For that was like my mindset on Undertale for 2 years until I smartened up and I was like, wait a second, Undertale's a good game. Why do I care that people on the internet call it cringe? And then no one called it cringe.
I remember
after the first year, it was like not a problem.
I remember that the first time I played was I think I was with you, Andrew, right? And I when I went to get the eShop card.
I don't know.
I might not have been. I was with somebody, and it was like the day after it came out for Switch, and I got an eShop card, and I bought it, and I played through it in a couple days, and it was pretty. I had already seen like a bunch of playthroughs for it, so I knew like what was gonna happen and stuff. But it was still nice to play through it, and I never completed the Genocide run because I couldn't beat Sans, and then Gentry beat Sans 2 times in the span of like an hour on the bus one time.
What a gamer.
he beat Sans 2 times in like an hour, and I couldn't beat it over like multiple days.
Was it? It wasn't his first time fighting Sans though, was it?
I doubt it. There's no way.
Yeah. That's what I think people who can just play really hard video Ryan McGee can play Sekiro really well, and the Grapefruit can play Dark Souls really well, and just watching them take like this extremely hard game and then beat it within like an hour is amazing.
Sekiro, I really want to play because I found out very recently that it's on Xbox. And I didn't know that. I thought it was a PlayStation exclusive, but it's on Xbox, so that's exciting.
I've got a lot of those games where it's like, I want to play this, but I can't afford an Xbox or PlayStation right now. I'm stuck on my baby console of Switch because I'm such a baby.
I think I'm going to try to get a
You take
PlayStation
that,
5
mister.
just because all the PlayStation exclusive games look super fun, and I can't
Sony,
play any of them.
Sony exclusives are like 10 times better than Microsoft exclusives.
Yeah, they are.
Sony's got the exclusive game like almost perfected by now.
Microsoft's got like, here's Halo and here's Forza, and there's probably some other ones, but they're not as cool.
Halo isn't even a launch title for the Xbox One X, though.
Yeah.
No.
Really.
And
What
delayed
are
it.
its launch titles now? There's
not a lot.
And then like Sony was like, well, here's a Spider-Man game, and then here's a cool ninja game and samurai game. Ghost of Tsushima, I said ninja, it's samurai, I guess.
Ninja Fortnite. Ghost of Tsushima wasn't a launch title though.
No, but it's still
Are we talking about launch titles?
It's a Sony exclusive. Like
Is
you can't play it on Xbox.
Well, it's going to be backwards compatible, right? With
I think so.
All PS4 games are backwards compatible on PS5.
They've said that?
Yeah, PS1, 2, and 3 aren't, but that's only because the discs is different, so it wouldn't work. But like PS4, all those games are going to work on PS5.
Cool.
That's like the only information about the PlayStation 5 we've gotten, other than like what it looks like and stuff. But like Xbox has the Series X, the Series S, their prices, the release date. They've got the release date, they've got the pre-order, like when you can start pre-ordering it. And Sony has like nothing about the PlayStation 5.
Well, they have the specs, but they don't have the price.
Yeah, but they don't have
release date.
price or release date or pre-order date or like anything. And Microsoft has already like revealed a ton of games that are going to be coming out too.
I might actually get an Xbox solely for it's going to be cheaper than the PlayStation.
Dude, the Series S is $300.
Yeah, just like $300
nothing.
is not that expensive
That's like
when it comes
Switch.
to like a full console.
Especially with like it's going to have all the same like running power as the Series X. It's just smaller and costs less.
It's like the only thing that's lesser like in terms of performance is that it can't do 4K, but I mean, what am I going to use 4K on?
Yeah.
My TV probably doesn't even support 4K.
Yeah, even if I did get the Series X, I don't think it would look any better because I don't think my TV can. That's like for people who have monitors or like TVs that are gonna support 4K and like supposed
an OLED
to look really
or
good.
A QLED or something.
Yeah, that are like supposed to make things look really good. But if you just have a TV that you play it on, then it doesn't really matter like what the resolution's gonna be. Also, Age of Calamity, I don't think that I'm gonna play it just because I'm not a fan of like the Hyrule Warriors kind of game. But like I'll watch the cutscenes because I want the story.
Yeah. Back before the original Hyrule Warriors came out, I was actually pretty excited for it. And then like I can't even remember why, but I never got it. So I'm pretty pumped for Age of Calamity.
I love everything in the Breath of the Wild franchise.
Yeah, I also really like how I played Fire Emblem Warriors and that game is alright. That's what I was gonna say. But also, I like how Age of Calamity is in the Breath of the Wild art style. Like it looks like you're just playing Breath of the Wild. It's just different than the actual one.
Which might let me get past the fact that it's a Warriors game.
Yeah, and also I want Breath of the Wild 2, so that's gonna sustain a little bit since it's like new story-ish.
Now we have Breath of the Wild 1.5, which
Yeah,
isn't
like
funny because it's
like
not
Lion
1.5.
King.
I was making a reference to the Lion King, but it's now we have Breath of the Wild 0.
Breath of the Wild -1.
Is Lion King 1.5 a prequel?
I think it's just Lion King half, like one. I don't know. I think they called it 1.5.
It's the story
but it was
of
a prequel.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, but they called it 1.5 for some reason, which doesn't make sense.
Because
Why
Disney
not?
don't know their
It
math.
should have been like Lion King 1+.
Walt Disney was an ignorant man, is what
They
we're
should have
finding
named
out.
Lion King 1, Lion King 2, and then Lion King 2,
They
Lion King 1.
They rebrand it all.
Like they pulled a Star Wars or something.
Oh, that's true.
Y'all know that video of the Star Wars? How none of the Star Wars.
Yeah, I saw it was like just rename all the movies, but to this, and it actually kind of fit better.
Yeah. Pretty funny on the podcast that we can't show that.
Well, yeah, I also just don't remember how it went.
The Phantom Menace was the last one. I remember that.
Yeah, because Palpatine sucks, and
Palpatine
why
did
was he brought back? But it's fine.
I don't know. I never watched the whatever the last one is, the Last Jedi or whatever.
Rise of Skywalker.
It's okay. It was better than Last Jedi, but it still wasn't like. I don't think I'll watch it again anytime soon. And it's already been like almost a year since I've seen it.
Yeah, me too.
It got more flashy and less plot heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was a better movie in like terms of production and effects and stuff like that. But as far as plot, it was a little below the others, and some things didn't quite tie together.
Saw something that John Boyega said about how Disney kind of just like screwed him over because he was like, you don't like advertise your Star Wars movies with this character who looks like he's going to be the main character and then like throw him to the side, which is what they did with Finn's character. And I think it was funny that he just owned Disney like that.
Yeah.
Well, he also said that he confirmed that Disney didn't know how The Rise of Skywalker was going to end before they started filming. So they just made it along as it went.
Yeah, I think Daisy Ridley said that too.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
That might be who. That's a shame though, because like George poured his heart into the first 6 movies.
Yeah.
And for Disney to just like be like, oh, we're making this because money and not because we actually want to make a good Star Wars movie is a shame.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's probably why he distanced himself from the project because he was like, this isn't what I want. Because he initially didn't even want the sequels to be a thing because he was like, there is no more after the first 6. He was like, this is the story of Darth Vader and that's how it's supposed to be and there should be no more.
He was quoted with being like, this is the story of Anakin Skywalker. It starts with Anakin, it ends with Anakin, that's it. And he said that before 2012.
Yeah.
Because that's when he gave it over to Disney. But he just gave it over to Disney because he was like, I've told my story, you can have it now. And I mean, I think that was a bad decision. Because, I mean, sure, we've gotten good things since then.
Like Mandalorian,
Clone Wars Season 7.
Which was super good.
Rogue One wasn't bad.
I never watched it.
I really enjoyed Rogue One.
Solo was okay.
Like, blew the water out. Wait, I was trying to do a metaphor, but I forgot which one.
Okay. Rebels had some good stuff. It wasn't great.
No, it's
for the wrong audience.
I think the only reason that I didn't enjoy it.
Kids.
No, they. I think that I was about to say that it was more marketed for kids because Clone Wars is like this. Clone Wars feels more dark in some places, and it's like arcs that go over multiple episodes. And Rebels is like, oh, every episode has a different plot, and some of them tie to other ones, but like most of it's like, oh, bad thing happened, let's fix bad thing.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good thing for Star Wars. I mean, Clone Wars did it very well. I mean, Season 7 was a lot darker than the rest of the show.
But that's okay because it like fit the rhythm of what was happening during Season 7.
Yeah.
Except the first 2 arcs were kind of slow.
I
just liked it because Ahsoka was there.
I really did not enjoy the Ahsoka arc from Season 7.
Oh no, I didn't either.
I literally like skipped around because I didn't care. I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to watch this. The Bad Batch was pretty cool.
The Bad Batch is cool, and it's cool that they're making a mini series based off of it. I'll watch that.
I'm gonna watch that too because it's after
Clone Wars.
It comes directly after Order 66, which will be interesting, especially because they're the Bad Batch. They're probably not gonna be part of the Imperial Army.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be rogue, and that'll be cool to watch.
Also, I still haven't watched the trailer for season 2 of The Mandalorian, but apparently it's cool.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I kind of forgot that at the end of season 1 they mentioned the Jedi. So when
They
I
had the
heard,
dark, or oops,
what?
it's been like forever, so I guess it doesn't really matter if I say it.
Yeah, it's been out for a year. I mean, spoilers, I guess, but
Yeah, the Darksaber was
I
there.
haven't watched it yet, and I don't really.
Well, the
I don't
Darksaber is
think I
also
have
not
enough
very.
Star Wars knowledge.
No, it's not very important unless you know what it is. So
yeah.
Okay.
So I forgot they mentioned the Jedi in the end of season 1. So in the trailer, when they're like, is it something about the Jedi? It was just the whatever the Mandalorian woman said at the end of season 1, but it was they said something about the Jedi, and I was like, whoa! But then I guess I'm an idiot because they already mentioned that. But season 2 looks pretty good.
is there any of the confirmed cameos that everybody was rumoring about?
There were a lot of stormtroopers, and the Darksaber noise played once, and there was
Apparently
Baby
there
Yoda
was-
and Mando, and that was all I saw.
Apparently, Boba Fett's mask was somewhere in the trailer.
I didn't see it, but then again, I only watched it once, so
I really don't want them to throw all those characters, and I know they probably didn't, but I really hope that they don't.
I do wish Boba Fett's in it. That's the only thing I wish.
I don't want Ahsoka.
Because I want Mando to destroy Boba Fett.
Just beat him to a pulp.
Beat him to a pulp. That man should have died in the Sarlacc pit. He's not a Mandalorian.
Also, something that made me increasingly sad was after watching Rise of Skywalker, I didn't think about it till months later, but Ahsoka's dead because she spoke to Rey.
Yeah. Well,
And
I guess
that made me sad. I mean, it was kind of expected, but it also made me a little bit sad.
I mean, even if she could have just died of natural causes, because
Yeah.
Isn't there a big time gap between?
Yes, there's about 20 something years. I think it's 30 years. Because
That's between the end of episode 3 and
6.
the beginning of episode.
Okay, the end of
6 is
episode
prequel.
from episode.
What's the Star Wars timeline? Because it goes
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Before that is 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
And
okay,
7,
wait.
8, 9
No,
is in the future.
Let me explain. So chronologically, it's episode 1, 2, and 3. Then there's a 20-year time gap, and then, or I think it's 19 years, but it's basically 20 years. And then episode 4, 5, and 6. And then there's another time gap, and I'm not exactly sure how long
It's got to be at least. It's got to be close to 20 years, also because Han Solo and Leia and Luke aged a lot.
I think it's 30 years, but I don't.
Which
I don't
means
know
that
if that's correct.
Ahsoka would have aged to age 60 or 70 over that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
So
Luke was a baby by the end of episode.
which is why
Luke
I said there was
born
20.
at the end of episode 6.
Yeah, he's
Or I guess,
19.
I'm sorry,
Episode
episode
3.
3. It's called now. Wait,
At the-
story for the names. Do you refer to episodes 1, 2, 3 the original, or episodes 1, 2, 3
The
the
prequel.
prequels?
They're
the prequels.
Okay.
The
So at
OG
the end of
is
episode
4, 5,
3.
6.
Luke is a baby, but then
Yes.
at the last 3, he's an old man. So probably
he's an old man in 7 and 8, and then he's dead.
Yeah, he dies. So if he goes through that and then he dies, and Ahsoka during the clone wars
She's a teenager.
is a teenager.
She's 19
She's
or
probably
18.
dead. Well, she's an alien, so I don't know her life cycle, but she's
Either way,
probably
she's dead.
That's
Either
the
way,
that's
she
the
died
final thing.
in the time gaps. In one of the
What
time
if she
gaps,
was-
Ahsoka died.
What if she? Okay, plot twist. She's
It had to be-
force
okay.
projection, and then she
That-
comes
that
back.
would not work.
Episode 10.
No.
Ahsoka's there.
Just
Background
cause.
character cameo.
Episode 10.
No, I
Can't
don't.
wait for episode 10.
Which-
The
that
rise
also
I
of
don't
means
think you
that-
know how. I don't think you know how force projection works, bro.
I don't think Ahsoka
I don't
could be
think
alive.
Star Wars knows how force projection works.
Yeah, you know what?
I think Charlie's got a point. Star Wars doesn't know how Star Wars works.
I will. I will agree that episodes 7, 8, and 9 do not know what they're doing.
That's
I
fair.
mean, they have concepts that are established in the EU, but
the European Union.
yes, the European Union. But they don't implement them well at all. Like force healing and force projection.
Well,
they
I'm
didn't
not.
even
I'm not I know there was a big backlash about like they just introduced these powers out of nowhere, but like, and the counter argument was in the original series, all these powers were out of nowhere, and I get that, but at the same time, the powers were out of nowhere because it
The
was
story
the
was
first
out of
thing.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you can't. Okay, so the powers out of nowhere, whatever. Like Luke's chilling in episode 4, and then he goes to episode 5, and then suddenly he can pick up stuff with his mind. Like that's a little weird, but it's implemented in a way that doesn't feel weird. And there's only one other movie, so nothing's established yet. But
he uses mitochondrions to do it, right?
yes,
Guys,
you're
guys,
correct.
Mitochondrian.
Guys, you have to listen to me right now.
What?
Yeah.
After this podcast, we're all downloading iOS 14 because it's out.
Oh yeah, my joke's no longer.
I didn't-
funny.
I didn't get a notification, but I went into settings, and it took a second to load. When I clicked software update, it's like, oh, it's time, and it popped up, said iOS 14.
We've been recording for about 30 minutes. Do you guys want to? Or about an hour.
I'm having fun.
I am too.
I
We
am
just go
having
until we
fun,
don't have anything
but we
else.
can't record that much at a time. Plus,
Why
I've got
not?
work to do.
We also have to. I mean, we have to cut stuff out, so it's not like all of this is going to stay in. Probably.
Why
Yeah.
would we cut it out?
Like, I'm not saying
I
we
don't
should
know.
quit it right now. I'm just reminding you guys of how long we've been doing.
Yeah, we could keep going until
Hold on.
it gets to.
Let me mess up the audio real quick by switching over to my computer so I can check the time.
This all stays in. This is part of the cast.
Okay. Also, Andrew, I don't know if you saw the link that I sent, but I sent something because I thought that if this if this is longer than we do a couple episodes and we stop, but if it keeps going, I sent a little it's like $12 for a little microphone that could just plug into your iPhone, and it would probably be better audio quality than just like Apple earbuds or something.
Is my audio bad right now?
No, I'm just saying for like everybody, I sent it just in case.
Whose audio is the best? Is mine pretty good?
I don't know how mine is, but yours is pretty good, Andrew.
Yours
I don't
is
have an ear
the
for
best.
I have
I'm good with music,
Guys, I'm
but
back.
this all
I've
sounds.
got a blanket set up over my bed so that it kind of like isn't everything else isn't loud, and also
You want to
I'm
go
using
through our recording
Apple
setups
earbuds.
right now?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
that'd
I'm
be
sitting.
good content. I'll
I'm
go
sitting
first.
on my. I'll go first.
Oh
Actually,
no,
I'm sitting,
you'll go first then.
I'm sitting on my bunk bed. I've got blankets covering the edges so that like this little rectangle is the only area sound is, and I've got Apple earbuds in because I don't have anything better to record audio with. But I mean, it sounds fine apparently.
Yeah, it does. Mine is. I'm currently in my closet, and I took the blankets from my. I took a blanket from my bed and hung it like over the door, and on the other wall that doesn't have stuff on it, I've got like 2 pillows, and the rest has clothes on the walls.
Mine's disappointing. All right.
Serious, Andrew?
I'm literally just sitting in a chair with my phone on my
He's just
chest.
sitting in the chair.
Well, because I didn't have time to do anything because I was already late.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if we do happen to move into Joel's attic once everything's said and done, I think that'll be better. I think then though, we should try to do something about just not having to record with just like iPhone audio. Unless it's bad. I don't know if it's bad or not.
Maybe
iPhone audio is not that
I'm
bad.
going to be the one editing this, but I honestly think recording over Discord might be better because then we don't have to. Because with this one, it automatically I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to edit audio, but it like isolates each person's thing.
Yeah, that's true.
It depends on how good it sounds.
We
After
can do different
think.
things and then see which ones we like the best.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a permanent switch if we do try it out one time.
because
And
being in person has the benefit of being in person.
Yeah,
Like this,
and
has the
that way
benefit.
there's no lag in person.
I think this is better for audio, but in person is better for like conversation.
experience.
Conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, it also really just depends on where this goes because we don't know if this is going to be like nobody listens to it at all, and it's just we do it for pleasure.
Well, it could just be for. Yeah, I was just assuming that it's for us.
I mean, I'm thinking like, yeah, no one's gonna listen to 4 children talking to each other, but who knows? Maybe one day.
But I'm saying like we can still do this even if like nobody listens. But
Yeah,
saying,
I'm
like
not-
if
I'm,
people
I'm not
do
planning on
start
people listening
listening
to it.
and like enjoy it, then we can like that's when we consider doing more. But like at the moment, it's just we're just talking, and it's enjoyable.
It's an excuse for me to get together with my best good pals and talk about best good topics.
The audience
Amen.
never heard how I was recording.
Oh,
Could it be a secret?
yeah.
I was the only one who didn't share.
Okay, Joel. Yeah, okay.
Shut up,
Joel,
Ringo.
what do you want to say?
Audience, try and guess where I'm recording right now and what articles of clothing are on my body and
They
what
can't-
articles are not.
They can't answer
Um,
that.
Attic and nothing.
I want you to write it down on a piece. Okay, audience, write it down on a piece of paper. Put it in the bottle. Drive to the ocean. I don't care where you live. Drive to the ocean.
Or a
Then-
lake.
Then no.
A
it
lake.
has- no.
Throw it in a lake.
No.
No,
It has
throw
to
it
be-
in a lake.
Make it
has
a
to be the
pond so
ocean.
it doesn't flow to the ocean.
And then put your
Yeah.
message in a bottle in the ocean, and then it will come to me in my recording studio, which is on the ocean. That's one hint.
You're on the ocean right
Can
now.
you hear the waves?
He's in the middle of the ocean.
Can
Joel's
you hear
on a
the
cruise
waves?
liner.
That's why it sounds so quiet, because there's literally nothing around. Joel's in the void, actually.
Do you guys want to do an episode where we record from the back rooms?
Yeah.
Oh, but we'd have a hum in the back the whole time.
Oh, you know what I just now realized? This is something that only me and Gabe were talking about before we started recording. But the back rooms are like that SCP, you know?
Oh
no,
yeah.
I don't. Can you
I don't want to
explain?
say the number because now I'm convinced that I don't have the numbers right, but it's 103.
103. I don't
Yeah.
think that's the one we're thinking
No.
of, Charlie.
He takes you to the back room.
Oh no, that's 106.
I'm an idiot. What is
That's-
103 is the dude who just like can't
Doesn't
be hurt.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And then-
confusing I'm confusing the numbers of 96, 93, 106 and 103.
And then 170. What's
173 is the big
173
famous
is the famous one.
one.
Yeah.
Big one.
The big man. My favorite one is 1471, but that's not on the podcast, and that's upsetting. Like that's not
Oh, I
on the
meant to
SCP
read that.
podcast. I like that one a lot. It's very
What is
interesting.
that?
It's just like this app that you take like it if you download this app and then like you'll start getting random messages or like texts of pictures of like I'd have to look it up, but I think it's like you get texts of pictures of places that you like frequently visit, and then you start getting places that you frequently visit, but there's a monster in the background, and then there's pictures that include you in it with the monster in the background, and then like at the end of it, you'll like if you look into reflections of mirrors, you'll see the monster like around you, but you'll never be able to see him like with your direct eyes.
So will it
Does
hurt me
get
though?
you?
Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't
No.
hurt you. It just like terrorizes you.
Well, I feel like
feed off of your
after a while I wouldn't be scared.
Yeah.
The
but, like, it
terror
says
in the brain
during-
comes from the amygdala, which
During the,
is located on the brainstem at the top. Just for your
during the first 24 hours following the installation, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations commonly frequented by the individual. After 48 hours, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations that were recently visited by the individual. After 72 hours, the mobile device will receive images of the individual in real time with SCP-1471-A appearing within close proximity to the subject. Individuals with above 90 hours of exposure to these continuous images will begin to briefly visualize SCP-1471-A within their peripheral vision, reflective surfaces, or a combination of the two. And then continued exposure will cause irreversible and sustained visualizations of the thing. And that's it.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life?
Yeah, it says, but it says, to date, no apparent hostile activity has been reported regarding SCP-1471-A.
That kind of sucks.
It just literally just is a little spooker.
I think one day I'd get used to it, but I'd always be like I'd see the monster and I'd be like, oh, this guy. He's back,
This man.
back on his business.
Back on his grind.
That would
freak-
just be a minor
He's a little
inconvenience.
freaky looking dude.
Oh, can I see? I want to see a
freaky-
picture of him.
Got a
He's
picture?
I'll send it to the Discord.
Describe it. This is a podcast.
Well,
visualize.
yeah, but it's like this little it kind of looks like a deer skull maybe, or like a coyote skull, but it's like that covered or like surrounded with black fur. So it's just like a
Oh, I know that one because
The
there's
thing's-
a lot of Rule
is that
34
the
of that
one?
one.
Oh,
it's
I
that
don't
one.
like that.
That thing's
I thought
kind of
that was-
scary.
I know that
Wow.
one.
I never like looked up what SCP that belonged to, but I knew it was an SCP.
Well, that's the
What's-
one. That's the
What's
Oh god.
its name again?
SCP-1471.
Okay, so what just happened was that I currently have my to monitor like the Discord and everything. I currently have on the laptop in front of me, I have Discord open. I was staring at the phone, which is like 90 degrees to the left of where my computer is, and I was like, wow, that's cool, and I looked and I saw it, and I just said like, whoa,
It was on your. You looked and it was on your monitor.
there it is.
It's a little freaky looking thing. I wouldn't like to turn around. I wouldn't like to like look in the mirror in the morning and see that standing behind me. My friend. Oh, there it is.
Oh man, come on. I'm moving that.
Should I
That's
look at it?
I'm deleting that.
No, don't. Oh, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with
I
you?
send it
Not
one
It
more
was
time.
funny.
Not
Joel
fun.
didn't see it. Here, I'll put it back.
No,
Oh,
not fun.
that's
for those who can't see it, which no one can, it's a slightly not safe for work picture of this SCP.
Is that the one that Dr. Bright like fell in love with this, right?
I don't
Who?
who.
Which one's the story? Gabe, do you even know who Dr. Bright is?
I'm
Gabe is, like,
assuming
the only
it's-
one that's active
I'm assuming
in
it's
the-
one of the doctors for like
Yeah,
the
he's, like-
foundation.
He's some famous doctor that's immortal because his soul is in an amulet.
What a loser.
But he fell in love with a monster or something. I'm pretty sure it's this.
Did he? That's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
And that's
I
why
mean-
all those funny images about it.
I mean,
The
look at
homunculus. There's an SCP called the homunculus.
Oh yeah, is that one of the 001s?
030.
What am I thinking of the 001? Because I know there's a 001 that's just like an alien that can create black holes. And I'm pretty sure that's called the homunculus. But the homunculus -0030 is like just like a slime thing. Like a small creature, right?
001. There's nothing in the file. There's nothing here
Do you
except
know
a
what
picture
Dash
of some.
001 is? Oh,
There's a
Dash
picture of
001
some-
is like the whole like meta behind it is that people didn't want to the moderators of the SCP wiki didn't want to give it to a single person because it's too important. So the story behind it is that SCP-001 is too important to be listed like traditionally. So instead, people do like the doctors of SCP write up proposals for it, and it's like, oh, this could be SCP-001,
Oh, that's cool.
but it might not be. And there's 20 something of them, I'm pretty sure.
I think 049 is my favorite.
Honestly,
Or at the
001,
moment.
the Gate Guardian might be my favorite.
I know nothing about SCPs. You guys are
Well,
talking
049
nonsense.
is just like this plague doctor, and he's
he's the one
he's
from
like-
the game, right?
he's in the game.
Yeah, I know that.
He's a little stupid French man.
Bonjour.
He speaks French.
He
You mean
speaks the
French
Queen's English.
quotation marks?
Oh yeah, he's like
Quotation
Queen's
Oh,
English. I know it well enough.
English. That's
French
what he
people.
says.
That is what he said. I just opened Discord up to see that picture again, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Charlie, didn't you have
I've
a
been
bunch of?
trying to get you guys into SCP for ever since I was into it. It's been probably more than 2 years now, maybe 3 years.
It's very interesting stuff. I've
Yeah.
known about them for a while. I haven't really looked into them, but cryptids and stuff like that are very interesting to me.
Should I read them? Or listen to
Skinwalkers
them on file?
are terrifying. I hate skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers are I'm thinking of Nightwalkers are just like the pants. They look like pants.
Like the
sounds-
pants from Jimmy Neutron.
That sounds
Yeah.
That sounds slightly less terrifying.
I think
a pair
there's
of
some
pants.
cryptid because Trevor Henderson, the horror Twitter guy, he talks about
Oh.
cryptids a lot.
What's this? Okay, Charlie, do you remember the number of the one that's just the staircase? What's the number of that one?
89.
89 is very spooky.
There's also a 001 proposal that is another staircase, and then we got. I'm gonna record myself saying, and then we got sidetracked. So this is the end of the podcast.
Okay, everybody be quiet.
I'm probably just gonna use that clip.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye,
All right,
guys.
this is a janky end, but who cares?
ya,
It was a
guys.
janky beginning.
It was a good first real pilot that I was.
Oh,
Well, actually, I was part of the first pilot. A
the
little
very end of it.
I was like, "Hey guys, what you doing?"
You asked what who we were talking to.